Hello everyone, my name is Thomas and today I'll be showing you how to make a cherry blossom tree craft activity. So here we have it, we have our cherry blossom tree. This is drawn and you're going to be adding on the different flowers onto the tree. So if you're interested in this activity, please feel free to stick throughout the entire video and also try it yourself. Please let me know how well you do in the comments. Alright, let's get started. So for today's craft, you'll be needing some glue, if you have white glue, or a glue stick that would work. You also will be needing a white sheet of paper, so construction paper would also work. A blank piece of paper is more ideal, so it's what we prefer. And then you might want to also grab some black chalk pastel. If you don't have black chalk pastel, you can just grab regular black chalk. Same thing with the brown one over here. If you don't have any of these, you can just use black or brown marker, some crayons, or other pastel materials. And then finally, we have our tissue paper. So this is pink tissue paper. If you don't have tissue paper, you can also just use construction paper because that would work just as well. So make sure to grab all your materials, pause the video if you need to, and then come back when you're ready. So for our very first step, we're going to start drawing out the cherry blossom tree. So this might be a little bit difficult, but just try to follow along with my drawing, and then you can always tweak your drawing or redo it if you feel like you need to. But the first thing I'm going to do is start off with the bottom part of the tree. So I like to make it very thick on the bottom. And I like to press on the chalk pretty hard because at the very end we're going to do something very exciting, and that's going to require that it's very chalky. So I'm just trying to make one of the branches over here. And then I'm going to start I'm going to make this a little bit thicker actually. Okay, and then I'm going to start extending the tree. So going over here. And then pull it out like that so that it forms one of the branches. And then over there. Thick in the bottom. And over here. So you want to be careful if you are using chalk, you might want to avoid smudging it. So try to do it without touching the other parts that you drew. Again, I'm making it very thick in the bottom part. A little bit more realistic. And I'm not an artist, so yours might, or it probably will look a lot better than mine. So, okay, I'm gonna continue on over here. Extend it again over here. bottom part's a little bit thicker, but it imitates a real tree. You can add more branches if you want to as well. You don't have to exactly copy exactly what I'm doing right now. If you want to add more, if you want to add less, it's up to you how you want to do it. Perfect. So now that you have your cherry blossom tree, the next part I'd like to do is to start smudging the edges so that it becomes a little bit more realistic. So what you can do is kind of smudge it like this to kind of like show the shading of the tree. And it also shows a texture depending on how you smudge it. So I'm just going to kind of smudge it like this, and your finger will get black, but don't worry, you can wash it off. So I'm just going to smudge it like this. And then voila! You're basically coloring the tree in with your finger. And then this is it. We're gonna move on to the next step. So now that I cleaned my finger, it's still a little bit gray, but it's mostly clean. And don't forget to dry off your fingers as well. So I'm gonna put this aside, and then I'm gonna get started with the flowers on the cherry blossom tree. So with your tissue paper, you want to make sure you cut them into smaller pieces. So I'm just going to cut these out. Just smaller strips, like around this size, which is perfect. And then cut these out. And you don't need that many. You might just need, let's say, around like 20 to 30 strips. So maybe around this much. And then I'm gonna put the extras aside. So once you have your little tissue strips, we can move on to the next step. Alright, so now comes the fun part. So with your little tissue paper strips, you can crunch it up like this, and now this becomes your cherry blossom flower. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna glue this all around the tree so that it becomes the cherry blossom. So let me open up this glue, and I'm gonna put this all over the tree. So make sure you just put a little bit, because you don't want glue to be all over your little art piece. And then keep going. And it's up to you how many you want to put in your tree. You can put a lot of flowers, or the cherry blossom flowers. You can put a very little. It's entirely up to you. Okay, let's see. And yours also might look different from mine, which is totally fine. So put all it around. So I'm starting from the top right corner, but feel free to start anywhere you want on your art piece. Okay. Squish it up, crumble it up. Some glue. Trying to cover at least every single branch so that not a single branch misses a flower. while I'm doing this, please let me know if this is an easy craft or a hard craft in the comments below. It's looking very beautiful so far. This one might be too big. Let me just make it a little bit smaller. And reapply the glue. There we go. So sometimes you're going to notice that the paper kind of magically unfolds. And that happens if you don't crumble it up tight enough. So make sure that you're crumbling the paper very, very tight so that it doesn't unfold when you glue it on. Let's see. I want to put another one maybe over here. And also, it's up to you on how big you want your flowers to be. If they are smaller, then you can make it smaller. If you want them bigger, you can make them bigger. It's all up to you. Mine are pretty big, but I've seen other people make it smaller as well. Alright, I think I'm close to finishing. I'm just going to add a couple more. Very close to finishing. There. Then I want to put the very last one. Let's see. Maybe over here. And that is my cherry blossom tree. Alright everybody, so this wraps up our YouTube video for today. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you had a lot of fun doing this activity or just even watching it. And just to wrap up for today, I have a couple of questions. Where do you think cherry blossom trees grow? Do they only grow in Japan? Do you think they even grow in Canada? Or do they grow all over the world? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and also please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.